Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutaye Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Shicharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakharani Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. I'm sure all of you have experienced being transported to another dimension, the spiritual dimension of Vaikuntha, participating in this festival, in this wonderful festival, receiving the glance, transcendental glance of Lord Jagannatha, Baladev and Shadra. We all have been lost in devotion to their Lordship. A lot of transcendental, spiritual energy all of you would have experienced. And this is the purpose of Srila Prabhupada introducing this Ratha Yatra in all cities all over the world. Srila Prabhupada explained that Krishna consciousness movement is a cultural movement, the culture of the soul. We have been free from all thoughts of this material world in the last few hours, free from all anxieties, thinking of the Lord. This is the original consciousness of each one of us. Jagannatha gacchati iti Jagat. Jag means movement. Every movement in this world, in the entire existence, Jagannatha is the Lord of, not Lord of everything in this universe. Everything that moves, moving and non-moving. Baladev, Bala, spiritual Bala. He personifies spiritual Bala. Subhadra, transcendental protection. She signifies transcendental protection to the devotees. So Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra combined together, all their mercy, the combined mercy, can transport us out of this miserable world. The purpose of this particular incarnation of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, very merciful incarnation. It is the Supreme Lord, Krishna and Balaram, Subhadra are in ecstatic mood of remembering Krishna's Vrindavan Leelas. In short, I'll remind you that Krishna had his Leelas in Vrindavan and his childhood Leelas. Then he had Mathura Leela. He left the gopis, gopas, covered life, came to Mathura. He had very different kind of Leelas in Mathura, killing Kamsa, and so many other Leelas, which are not intimate Leelas like in Vrindavan. Then after that, Krishna's Leelas was in Dwaraka with his 16,000 queens. Obviously, that was also of another mood of Krishna. Then Krishna of Kurukshetra is another mood. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the cause of all causes. When he was in Dwaraka, Krishna himself is to constantly be lost from the world of Dwaraka, lost in some world as observed by the queens. What is Krishna thinking? He doesn't seem to be with us. His mind seems to be somewhere else. Apart from that, Krishna in Dwaraka, in the sleep, he used to go on talking about our Gopi, Gopi, Radhe, Radhe. These kind of things also Krishna is to exhibit in Dwaraka. So all the queens of Dwaraka, they were very curious. Why is Krishna, what is it that the gopis, they attracted him so much that he cannot forget his childhood pastimes. He is always feeling separation from his childhood pastimes. So one day Rohini happened to be in Dwaraka. So they all requested Mother Rohini, you have seen Krishna's Leelas in Vrindavan. Can you please tell us what is so special about the gopis and gopas, their love and Nanda, and what is so special about them? That Krishna forgets us and is always thinking of them, and he is always talking in the sleep about them. Can you describe his Leelas in Vrindavan? So Rohini happened to be there and she agreed, yes, I shall. But provided on that, when they requested her, that day morning, Krishna and Balaram had gone to the assembly house. They were the rulers of Dwaraka. So she said that before they come back, they should not hear this. Before they come back, then I can describe this wonderful pastimes of Krishna in his childhood in Vrindavan. So at that time, Subhadra was also there. So all the queens, Rohini herself requested Subhadra, you stay at the door and make sure that Krishna and Balaram does not come and hear this. So Subhadra was like a doorkeeper. So Rohini started describing the Leelas of Gopis and Krishna, Gopas, Kahod Leelas, so many intimate Leelas. The intimate relationship between Gopis and Krishna. Rohini was describing that. She started describing that. All the queens in Dwaraka were wrapped in attention. They were relishing the sweet, loving pastime of Krishna with his Gopas and Gopis, especially with Radharani. And when this was, as the Vrindavan Katha was going on from Rohini, even Subhadra She was completely lost, forgot her duty, and was simply standing there stunned, hearing the Krishna Katha from Rohini. Somehow Krishna and Balaram, they came to know about this. They also prematurely left the assembly and came there. And when he came at the door, Subhadra was standing with her hand blocking. They couldn't come inside. Because she was lost in the hearing this katha, she did not alert Rohini as she was supposed to do, so that she could stop. But Rohini did not know. Krishna and Balaram came to two sides of Subhadra, and they also started hearing. When they heard, and Rohini did not know they were hearing, when Krishna and Balaram heard about the detailed remembrance of Krishna's childhood pastimes, they became so ecstatic. Their body developed ecstatic symptoms. Their eyes opened wide. That is Jagannath's big eyes. And their limbs shrunk into their body, leg and hands. Same thing with Balaram. Same with Subhadra. So this is a transcendental pastime. The relevance of the forms of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra as we see today, they are the ecstatic forms of Krishna, Balaram and Subhadra, all in separation of the wonderful pastimes of Vrindavan. So these are eternal forms of the Lord manifest during this particular Leela in Dwaraka. And of course, what is the connection? Everybody would ask in Puri. That's King Indradimna's time, that was installed by him. In this particular form, again the Lord, there's a long transcendental Leela of Neela Madhav, the Supreme Lord's transcendental deity in Purushottam Kshetra, that is Jagannath Puri, where the Lord appeared in this particular form to give mercy to all the living entities. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, they are very, very merciful. So if we get the mercy, if we get their mercy, today you've all got your mercy, it is said that one becomes liberated. Actually, that is a liberated feeling that anyone who has been absorbed today in this festival has experienced. If that experience you multiply it for eternity, that is Vaikuntha. So, we are, after the festival, after this wonderful vibration, again we go back to our world. And Prabhupada explains how to get into this eternal mood of Vaikuntha. After giving up this body. Jagannath, we should get attracted to Jagannath, his inconceivable, merciful form, and get the mercy of Balaram, who gives the spiritual strength. Why do you need spiritual strength? Because we are spirit, we are not this body. We are temporarily trapped in this body. So only by Balaram's mercy, we can experience what we really are, the spirit. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, during his stay in Jagannath Puri, every year during the Ratha Yatra, he led huge parties of Sankirtana, chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with an ecstasy. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught this world how to worship the Supreme Lord in the same mood of separation. Hearing the wonderful leelas of Lord Krishna and Vrindavan, they are so intimate that no ordinary living entity can enter into those wonderful pastimes. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by his costless mercy, he explained that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, had all the power to end our miserable journey of forgetfulness of Krishna in this material world, because of which we keep taking birth again and again in different bodies. And none of those lives are our real lives. In this body, we think this life is real. This is my life. Everything is gone at the time of death. Again, we are born in another body. We think this is my life, this is my body. So this is Maya, this is the illusion. We have forgotten our real world, the spiritual world, the eternal relative, eternal friend, eternal lover, eternal father, eternal society. Where there are no material bodies like this, which have birth, death, old age, disease. And this Krishna consciousness movement, which was introduced all over the world by Srila Prabhupada, especially through the Sankirtana of chanting the holy names of the Lord, has the power to end material life. Such is the power of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Each one of us, our life in this present body is not our life. It doesn't last. It is not our life. Where is my deathless life? Where is eternal love? It's all with Krishna. And it is not easy to come out of this material world. But it is made very easy. As Prabhupada said, in one life, in this life, if you make a determination at the end of this life, I will not take birth again. By following the instructions of a Sadguru, who will teach us the path, who will guide us from now till I leave this body, how I should live, what I should do, what sadhana I should do, how I can bring Krishna into my life every moment. And Prabhupada says, in one life, if you take shelter of the spiritual master, follow his instructions, you will discover your eternal life. No more birth, death, old age, disease. This is the biggest suffering for the soul. It is not my nature, it is not my spiritual nature to get old, to have disease. Why we resist? Why we resist getting old? Why we resist getting diseased? Why we resist? If somebody attacks us, our existence, we resist, we want to exist. Because the soul's nature, the spirit's nature, Atma's nature is permanent life, permanent love, perfect happiness. That is our nature. And we are searching for that in this material world, misdirected way. It will never satisfy us. Even millions of lives you take, it will never satisfy us. Because a soul, our present life is like a fish out of the water. A fish out of the water can never be happy. It has to go back to the water. Similarly, our constitutional position is to be in the spiritual world, in constant remembrance of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the unlimited. We are limited. The Supreme Lord Krishna, unlimited, infinite. In his Leelas on this earth 5,000 years back, Krishna revealed all these things. If you simply hear Krishna's Leela, you will understand who is Krishna. He revealed that he is the cause of all causes. He is a supreme person. He is a master of all the souls. He is an infinite. We are persons. God is a person, but He is a person who is unlimited. Just like 16,000 queens. He lived 16,000 palaces. Look at that Leela. What does it mean? Every living entity is His Amsha. Why 16,000 queens? 16 billion queens. He can independently satisfy. That is God. That is Krishna. And Krishna is waiting for each one of us. Because of we have forgotten Him. Even in this material world, the Lord incarnates in different forms. And one of the most merciful forms of the Lord on this earth is Jagannatha, Baladev, Subhadra. Jai Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Mai ki. Easily He gives shelter, He gives detachment, He gives attachment to Krishna, He gives protection to His devotees. And He has come in this form to deliver all of us back to our original life, the Vaikuntha life. And don't think it is difficult to attain perfection in this life, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very mercifully has said, has given this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hold on to this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Every day you do japa, Sankirtana at home, you'll see that the Lord's mercy inconceivably enters your life. And at the time of leaving this body, also you will remember Krishna. Jai Jagannatha ki, Jai Baladev ki, Subhadra Mai ki, Nitai Gauranga ki, Srila Prabhupada, our loving spiritual master ki. Thank you very much.